Like most videos, I was just planning on doing a long retrospective about something very specific, either to me or just in general, but mostly to me. So I had like this long list of things I wanted to talk about because I've been coming to Magfest every year, minus a couple of years, since 2014, since I was 13. And those are formative years. Most of the stuff I talk about is teenagers anyway. And initially I thought I could just talk about it, maybe show B-roll or whatever. And then I decided maybe I should just film the whole thing here. Maybe I could just talk about the memories and important stuff that happens with family, with friends, with past friends, with things that, just important memories in the actual convention center to show you guys who haven't been here or don't know anything about it, what it is, what's going on, and why it means a lot to me. Because this isn't marketing. This isn't like why you should come here or top 10 things to do and whatever. Really all that matters is to me. It's important to me, and that's why I'm gonna do it. Even if no one asked for it, you guys can hate this one. I shouldn't breed negativity in the world, but if you don't want that, die. Literally here inside. It's early, so everyone's just eating or tired or whatever. I didn't sleep a wink. That's on me, but that's just a normal thing. It's not really specific to this convention. This whole room, if you could show the room just for a second. It's where signings happen. I saw a robot fight happen over there once. It was a lot less cool than it sounds. Whoa. Hey guys, it's me, the great Magfestopheles, and this is my son, Magfestini. He looks like the background. They didn't give me authorization to film by the signing areas, so instead the background's behind me and I'll talk about it now. The marketplace is where you get a bunch of things. I've got a bunch of random stuff from it before. Your boy loves collecting beanies, and it was a beanie with the new Smash logo on it, and then I left it in class. I didn't leave it in class, I had someone watch it, and then it was gone the next day, so I imagine they said like, oh, it went missing. Someone definitely stole it. All right, I know when things are up. Throughout the years, it kind of seemed like less and less people were coming, or at least like less famous, whatever you would count that as. But then one year, either 2016 or 2015, it had to be early into New Day's run. I got like a little New Day, it wasn't even a poster, just like a little picture, but I did hang it up like a poster, you know, Kofi, Biggie, Xavier Woods. And then years later, Xavier Woods just randomly was also here. Like, I know it's a music and gaming convention and he likes both of those things, but it's just weird to see a professional wrestler who's like actual real world famous here. Kind of like a culture shock situation. I keep referencing like very old stuff and they're like deep cuts and maybe it won't matter. And also break the fourth wall, not canon, who could tell? This is where I got the Wheatley plush that appeared in a lot of videos and also just is everywhere with me. If you haven't noticed before, I love Portal, favorite game series. Make a video about it someday, who knows? First year I came, 2014, obviously 13-year-old kid. You don't know a lot about game collecting other than you want to get into it, but I knew a lot of people on YouTube, not knew personally, but I was fans of who were collecting games who would get me into it. And then in the marketplace, I just saw games that I thought would be interesting, and by this point, I did have a Genesis, so I saw a nice, clean, new copy of the game Shaq Fu with the little yellow lip on it, and I decided I'm gonna get that game. Same year the Angry Video Game Nerd was here, and at the time YouTubers were like giants to me. That's the thing about like the celebrity level. You realize there are people at a certain point, but that tween age, it's like they are gods amongst men, like better than celebrities, because that's when you're the most like terminally into it. I don't have the pictures anymore because it's saved on an old phone or an old Instagram or something. But when I got to meet AVG on that time, I told him like I didn't have anything to sign, so I'm like, hey, you're the person that got me into collecting video games. I picked up the Shaq Fu copy because I saw your video of it and how much it sucks. And he's like, that's awesome. And then he signed it. He's got his little signature on it. Actually, I have them. I didn't think about that. I have both of them. I brought them for this precise reason. The first copy of Shaq Fu, not to spoil anything, but there will be more. Like I said, like celebrity, like God level YouTubers is when Game Grumps were here 2014. And this was when I just got into them and they seemed like the best thing ever. I do legitimately think getting into them and then meeting them back to back and seeing they're real, genuine people and being nice to me, I guess, is what got me so obsessed for that like 2 or 3 year period, because I was in it. You do not want to talk to middle school me or like early high school. It's just gonna reference that. It was supposed to be just like a Danny and Aaron signing, but then they saw Ross and Barry over the thing just because they were hanging out. And it didn't seem like it would be an issue because, you know, they're just hanging out. But then all of the crowd of the people lined up went over and swarmed towards them, and they realized, oh, we got to be a part of this now. But to make the line move quick, they said they would sign stuff, but no pictures. So I did get Ross and Barry to sign it. I think it scrubbed off a little bit. Specifically, no pictures. And remember, this is formative years, like core memory. I was like 13. Not that it mattered, because I would have done the same thing. But they specifically said no picture, so I just brought my little phone out, and Barry came up behind me and was like, hey, Barry, look at this real quick. And I took a picture with him, and I believe he called me an asshole, if I remember correctly. And I still think about it. Not in like a negative way. It's just like, you know, as far as YouTube career goes, I can reach a bunch of milestones, but that will still be the greatest, unless he does it again, which would also be very funny. So then Danny signed this part, and Aaron signed this part very big on purpose, because he said the game sucked, and which is true. And also my one friend was there, one of the Gummy Bear brothers. So, you know, a long time. The lore is deep, and they signed his inhaler. Magfest is kind of just something that fell in my lap. If you watch the Adult Swim or Xbox videos, then you know the Gummy Bear brothers, and by no, I mean, you don't know anything about them other than the code names. We were at some fair in some city, and then we just picked up these random pamphlets that had this convention listed on them. We're like, yeah, we'll go there. We like music, we like gaming. And our area, when it came to retro games, it was really just us. It wasn't a booming community there. So we came here not knowing who all would be here. Little did we know, this was like the Normal Boots hangout spot for like a long period of time. People started to come in. I should have brought all my badges, because I did get the new one, and I have the collection. You'll probably see it somewhere here. I'm just gonna be hands for a little bit, and I'm gonna sound really dumb. Just showing off the previous passes I've collected over time. This is from the first year I ever went. Had a Ocarina of Time theme. I have no name on it. There's a sticker on it for some reason. And I picked white this time around, even though years after that I picked black. And it's got like, not worn down, but like gross spots on it. That's how you know it's from 2014, and I don't care for my stuff very well. I know I keep bringing up the Game Grumps, but like as far as formative tween-age years go, pretty important for me, I guess. Like I said, the first year I got Shaq Fu signed by Danny, Aaron, Barry, Ross, and AVGN on, you know, the copy of Shaq Fu. And I also told the stories of being in the line that was just supposed to be a Game Grumps line. Barry called me an asshole, very formative experience, and I took a picture with all of them, like I said in the story, but I don't have those pictures anymore. This thing is making an unkind rattling noise. So just know there's a picture of 14-year-old me with the AVGN, and whatever I do in the future, it probably would have been good to have that picture, so people be like, oh, I always knew, but whatever. I've just been riding the excitement right now. I've been counting the cosplayers, because every year we try and see what the main popular thing is, and every year it's a different thing. One year it's Sans, the year after that it's whatever thing happened. What happened in 2018? Chungus out of, okay. This controller, it's got a bunch of like meme names and a bunch of shit on it, so I'm pretty sure there was a Silvagunna signing right after, and I still love Silvagunna to this day. So I think this controller is signed by Silvagunna, by like a bunch of members. And I said I had a couple constant positive interactions with Ellen McLean. I actually had good interaction with all the people I've had signings with. Not all the things have to be scheduled events. Some things you just kind of pick up on, or things happen to you while chilling. I mean, there's like lines to signings that happen outside in the hallways. Depending on how I set this up, I may or may not have already mentioned Ellen McLean, voice of GLaDOS. GLaDOS is from a game called Portal 2. Maybe you've heard of it. I have definitely heard of it. Maybe I'll make a video about it. Who knows? I didn't really get into, like, obviously now they're not my peers because I'm still lower on the totem pole, but all people who make content or work on anything are just people. But when you're really young, they seem untouchable. They seem important. The reason I got obsessed with the Game Grumps at the time I did is because I found them on the internet and then met them in very short proximity. So I was like, these guys are awesome. These guys are so genuine. The Ellen McLean signing, I believe, was right after that, and I got to talk to her like for a decent amount of time. And most of the time when you're in one of those signings, they're like, all right, you know, get the signature, get the picture, get out of here very quick. But she actually like showed, even if not genuine interest, was just trying to be nice, which still like means a lot, because like, again, she has no clue who I am, but it means a lot to me. So we had a nice conversation, another separate hallway. We were waiting in line for something else, and then she came out of the bathroom, because, you know, people go to the bathroom, and everyone like applauded because they knew her, and me and my friends thought it was strange. If given the choice between being applauded every time I leave the bathroom or not, I guess I would choose to be applauded, but sometimes I don't think I deserve it. I do some nasty shit in there. And then after that, I got to like talk to her again, and again, bunch of people here. You assume everyone looks the same, everyone kind of blends together. But the second year I got to meet her and talk to her and get the sign stuff, she remembered me. And that meant a lot to me. I don't know if it's still going on because I'm a much different person than I was when I was 13, 14. But it sticks with me. The little things here. Same thing like Christmas or Halloween. Like, yeah, you can have fun experiences as an adult. And it's still kind of a magical time where weird things happen. A lot of strange things have already happened in the last couple of days since we've been here that I truly think could only happen here. But a lot of stuff is, I'm not gonna say like, oh, magical for the children, because I was a preteen. I think the levels of magic are like, oh, Christmas, Easter Bunny, Santa for kids. Adults, there's no magic whatsoever, we're f***ed. But like preteens is like YouTubers. Everyone puts them on a pedestal and you think they're gods. However, in the marketplace, most signings happen like around there, but Ellen McLean and her husband were set up in the marketplace. I keep referring to Ellen McLean and her husband as Ellen McLean and her husband, which if I was her husband, I might be upset about, but also if I was Ellen McLean's husband, I wouldn't have to worry about anything ever because I would have the perfect life. And they were signing stuff, so I got this little thing. It's because I have the complete case of Portal 2. It says, if you can see it, to Andrew, you monster, GLaDOS, Ellen McLean. I don't know if you guys heard of this game. It's called Portal. This game, specifically Portal 2, is my favorite game. I think maybe I should make a video about it someday, but I don't know. I'm gonna need a little more convincing. Yeah, aside from them in that specific booth in the marketplace, I also went to a voice actor signing, had a bunch of them sign something. I don't remember what it was. I think it may have been the shitty little dollar store lightsaber. I didn't get this here, but it's just like from a really shitty dollar store lightsaber that I got signed by some people. I think, again, the Runaway Guys, voice actors, Sniper, Ellen McLean, the voice of GLaDOS. I don't know if you guys knew this, but I love Portal. It's my favorite game series. I should make a video about it someday. Breno Floss. Oh, AVGN was on this too. The way I'm describing it, it makes it seem like, oh, I threw this shit together, whatever. I brought that lightsaber for the sole purpose of getting it signed because it had no other use. Check out this video of me as a kid swinging it around. I say as a kid, I was in like middle school. I should have known that wasn't cool by then. Oh, it says 2016. All right, well, that's good to know. So that's just one of the random things. It's not associated with the marketplace at all. I just thought it'd be important. The year after I got to meet the actual Game Grumps, it was just me and my mom here, I think. So the year after I went with the Gummy Bear Brothers, I went with my mom because I was 15 and how else am I gonna get there? She's not gonna leave me alone. However, she did leave me alone because she trusted me for whatever reason. So I was just walking around by myself, and that's why I think I know this place at least a little bit, is because ever since I was a teenager, I guess, I was just kind of left to roam around this hotel. And it's a real hotel, like conferences happen here, but still in my head I always associate it with this convention. So one year when we saw that one image of the Klansmen walking through the convention center right after we had left Magfest, me and the people I went, my friends later down the line, in our group chat were posting this picture like, oh my god, he must have been there for the convention. And then years down the line, I was watching Borat 2, because I'm my wife, I'm a big Boratite, and it cuts to the scene where Borat puts on a Klansman outfit and walks through the Gaylord. And it was the only time in a movie since maybe like some Marvel, like Endgame probably, that like I stood up out of my chair and I was like, oh my god. Because this Klansman that me and my friends have been doing bits about, having a meme in our group chat, was Borat. All jokes circle back to Borat at some point. So I went on a tangent. Yeah, my mom left me to run around here, and of course that was the year where I got to meet Danny and Brian. I met Danny the year prior, but that was the big Ninja Sex Party year, and I had only known the Game Grumps, like just as like the guys that play games. But the signing here was Ninja Sex Party, which is one of the members of Game Grumps, Dan. It's his band with the other guy, Ninja Brian. I don't know who that was at the time, or if I did, I didn't care, even though I like Ninja Sex Party still to this day. Game Grumps, I don't think, like, not as big of a fan as I was. I've moved on emotionally. So the signing, the way it was set up, at the time I knew, this was the second year, so I knew they were gonna be there. I knew it, like, okay, I need these people to know how important this is to me. So I typed up a whole letter to all the members of the channel, something pretty cringy, you know, something a 14-year-old would say to YouTubers who play video games on the internet. And I was like, oh, I need a present, right? So I got Bolt. You know the movie Bolt, the video game for the Wii, which is not a good game, it's just a shitty license game. And like I wrapped it, and with the letter, printed out the fucking letter, put it in a present. And the way the signing was set up, it was Danny here, and then Brian here. And I didn't know Brian really, or at least I didn't care. The present was for Danny. So I got to the front of the signing thing, got them to sign my my lanyard. I think at this point of the video I'll like show off all the lanyards because I think I still have all of them, which is cool. Little mementos, stuff like that. So I walked up to Danny, had a nice little conversation with him. He was very nice, very charming. Gave him this emotionally important present that I spent a lot of time on. Gave it to him. The next to him was Brian. And the way to, everyone's lined up in front of Danny, so the way to leave is to go left. So you have to go Danny, then Brian, then leave. So I had this whole preamble. I talked to him, emotions flying, turned over to Brian. All right, bye, and I walked away. Now I probably wouldn't do that because I actually know who he is, but I imagine being that person, it seems like a shitty thing to happen to you. I gifted him the game because I assumed they were gonna play it on the show, because you know how on the show they're like, oh, this person, thanks to this person for gifting us this game. And then years down the line, they released this little Excel document of all the games that have ever been sent. It's like, oh, don't send us these because we already have these. And I checked under D for Disney, B for Bolt, all the stuff. It wasn't on the list. Which means there's a couple possibilities. One, Danny has it on him, which I don't know what to believe anymore. Strange. Maybe it was emotional, whatever. Two, threw it out immediately, which is also highly possible. Three, they just wanted to pocket it and don't want to play it. I don't know. Different videos have different reaches. Some of them are powerful. Some of them I can get people to watch a show they normally wouldn't watch. I don't know what influence I have, all right? But if we did previously the hashtag bring back my babysitter's a vampire, forget that one, not important anymore. The new current important one is hashtag Danny, give me my Bolt for the Wii game back, please. That whole thing. Everyone at him, harass him, don't do that part. These two are from 2015. This is me and my mom's. I know because this one says Andrew, and that's my name. And then this one, I guess my mom didn't put her name on it, but got signed by Danny Sexbang and Ninja Brian. Because I forgot to get something signed there, and she was like, oh, I'll just get these signed. And there's Brian's little thing, because he's an angry little guy. And I don't know who he was at the time, but I'm glad she got this, because now I actually have something signed by Brian. But I don't have my Bolt game. I awkwardly moved away from Brian because I didn't know how to be polite in these situations yet because I'm bad at social interactions. I eventually learned what the polite thing to do at signings were because people are there to sign things. You can't high road them. So one year there was this collection of composers for different video games. I didn't know a lot of them. I didn't know any of them at the time. But while in line, and my one friend who was excited to be there told me who each of them were, he said that one of them was the composer for Celeste. The game Celeste, I played it, I think I 100%ed it, because I'm an insane person, and I loved it, and I played it on my Nintendo Switch, so I'm like, okay, this composer, I got a great idea, they'll sign the back of the Switch, so it'd always be on the Switch. I thought they were going to sign on, like, the Switch logo, but it was more so on the black part. Let's see if I can show this. Just do it with one hand. When you're holding the Switch, your fingies go here, so it rubbed off immediately. I don't mean like, oh, you know, down the line it eventually wore down. No, like 2 days later it was gone. You know that bit of that person who said, oh, I met Kanye, so I asked him to sign my notepad? It was like that. I didn't bring my Switch for the sole purpose of it getting signed. I just had it on me because Smash Bros. Had just come out and I wanted to play with strangers or just I wanted to play while we were there. So I also brought the GameCube adapter and one of these USB GameCube controllers. These aren't as good, but maybe I shouldn't show the signatures to not get anyone hurt anyone's feelings, but this is fully signed. That's because, like I said, I specifically wanted the Celeste composer to sign something, so I'm like, okay, they'll sign the Switch. The Switch is important to me. The other people, I don't want to leave them out, and also they probably made good music, I just didn't have enough time to research, so I'll have them sign this. So the signature I did want is completely gone, and because I don't manhandle this adapter, all these people signed this, and I still don't know who they are. But specifically, Silvagunna, they're like, not that they're, how do I say this? They're well respected as like the name, but the individuals, you have to be like internet brained, like me. You have to be too far gone to recognize them. And I was also more confident at the time, so I'm like, hey, you guys are epic. I yelled it across the room because I was feeling very bold. And one of them, I don't remember which one, but if you're out there and you're watching this, that was me. He said, you're epic. Here's some chalky milk for being so epic, which at the time was funny. They were also some of the people who were drawing the Uganda Knuckles thing, so we asked them about it. I think they were the ones that explained it to us, because if anything Silvagunna is good at, it's being on the ground floor of weird shitposts. This is gonna come across like, oh, you know, those high-quality rip people, oh, they're scum on my shoe. They make much better stuff than me. I love Silvagunna, and I'm treating them like the gods they deserve to be. There's a bunch of Uganda Knuckles here this year, which I think has now looped around to funny unfunny, and then looped around to being funny again, ironically. This is where it started for me because this is the very beginning of the year. This really caps off, like, this is what 2023 is going to be like. When we came here in 2018, we kept seeing drawings of the little Uganda knuckles around, and we're like, that's weird, what's that about? And then we learned the meme here, and then a month after, it started to become mainstream. I'm like, oh, that's weird. I think it's because the Silvagunna guys were here, and say what you will about Silvagunna, but they know how to force a meme for sure. I don't think anything else was happening in that year. I think I saw Brettlefloss and Ellen McLean like every year. Even this year, they're here all the time. There are some traditions like throne controllers and Voice of Palooza that even if I'm not as interested, I mean, I'm always going to be interested in Portal. I'm so interested, maybe someday I'll make a video about it. Then I'll go to Throne Controllers and Voice of Palooza every time. I'll talk about Voice of Palooza in the panel section. Just finished the 2023 The Runaway Guys Throne Controllers panel. This is another one that like has been happening. I don't know if it's been every year, but I've been going every year I can. I lost my voice if you couldn't tell. They started giving these at the door. If you don't know how it works, they're back there right now. You just get a number on it, and then they call you up and compete or whatever. And this is the first year they gave them at the door, because last time they were here was the last time I was here. And we were just all waiting in line, and they would hand you cards just in the line. So I got handed one, and then, you know, put it in your pocket. People keep coming up and down like, hey, do you have a card yet? You just tell them no. I got multiple, and I still, no luck. Bad luck. Well, bad luck is some luck, whatever. You got it. It's because the panels are the lifeblood of this. There's people swarming them right now. All I care about is the carpet and the chairs. It's all about, it's nostalgic, I guess. We're coming up on a decade, which is insane to me and incredibly scary. Among Us. All right, that's it. Most people come to conventions like this for big panels, and I'm no different. I'm not huge on waiting on lines, but I am huge on sitting down, because for whatever reason I have weak, frail little ankles, and I wore like special air pressure sneakers this time around, and I feel like I won't be able to walk after this. So I like to believe that I've been to very important ones. I talked about the cheese nip ones, or if I haven't yet, show that bit. I started watching in the Dan era, and there was a big controversy, big event here, maybe the biggest controversy ever. Where JonTron, famous for internet stuff, someone at his panel gifted him cheese nips, and he's like, oh, I'll save these for later, and put them back behind the panel. And then later the Grumps had a different panel because John wasn't part of the Grumps anymore. He had just left. Fresh wound. So then Danny's like, oh, there's cheese nips over there, and picked them up and started eating them while people were like, no, those are John's. If you weren't a Game Grumps fan, that sounds really stupid and unimportant. And that's because it was. I saw historical moments and I missed historical moments before I even knew that much about them. I listened to Sleepycast a lot. So 2016, I went to the animation panel of Oni, Corey, Spaz Kid, and Rice Pirate Mick, and I'm like, oh, I love animation, I love animators, I love the internet. This is gonna be great. If you know that 2016 panel, if you like perked up or cringed a little bit when I mentioned it, then you know. If you don't know, I don't want to get anyone in trouble or throw anyone under the bus, but it's famously like, they talk about it enough that I think they're okay with it. Instead of explaining it, I think it's better to just show you a bunch of footage.
I mean, I guess it depends on like your situation, because like for me, you know, I started really early online, and I'm sure everybody has, but like it just depends on like, so now I'm out of school.
What took you so long to post to the internet?
What?
Really?
Come on, dude. Get it together. I'm not laughing at you. He's blowing vape in my goddamn face.
No. What I'm saying
he was
is that
asking, how do you deal with people who don't get it?
I don't know
Hero
who
of this panel.
Should I finish demo? Like, because another thing is mic quality.
Yeah.
We want like the best mic quality.
I like, even if it's horrible, it's still really flattering. I mean, like, there's these two guys on YouTube who
wanna fucking push it up your butt, but let's be honest. And you will also hear the girl.
he couldn't stand me.
All right, I'm gonna say, look, I'm trying to be honest. You're gonna hear a whole bunch of shit. I'm pooping your mom's mouth. You're gonna hear shit.
What the fuck is going on? There's.
Yeah. I want it.
My words, man.
Oh, sick.
Oh my god.
Good one. I've got a Shark Robot page for some posters and t-shirts.
Yay!
Hey. Oh, shut up!
No.
Shut up, you fucking idiot.
No.
Shut up.
Okay.
Right now I'm working for Yada. That's doing great, and I hope to keep going with it because Studio Yada is awesome.
Okay, I'm really bad at this, but you follow me on Jaximoto?
Because I am.
That's not what he asked.
Look, it sounds.
You drugs.
Do you guys know anyone personal success stories or like horror stories of people who graduate from Full Sail or AI, our institute?
What?
Or if you're like really bad at drawing or something.
Do you want to animate?
Yeah, but we're like really bad, like.
Then just do it.
Hey, this is for you.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. This is it. I'm in cringe video.
I was able to go to that one, but you don't hit all of them, okay? One year, we saw that there was a panel called The Christery of Sonichu. And we're f***ers in high school, you know, everything cringe is like, oh, this is going to be so funny and edgy. We should go to it. It was at like 1 or 3 a.m., but we were all tired, and we had like one hotel key, so we're like, oh, we can skip this one. We already know all the Christery. What's the coolest thing that could happen that we don't know about? So Christian showed up at the panel, and it was such an important event in Christery that the recent episode of the Christian Comprehensive History documentary catalogs it and tells the story of it. And apparently she also did a lot of other shady shit at Magfest, but you know, that's kind of par for the course. Not that we would have had an impact or changed anything or anything would have happened, but just the idea that, you know, we could have been in Christery. If we just showed up to that panel, we could have ended up in the documentary eventually. I mean, we would either have to do something really good or really terrible for that to happen. Probably really terrible, because when good things happen to Chris, or Chris tries to have a positive change, the internet won't allow it. But, you know, I'm not here to talk about that, even though that's why exactly I'm sitting here. There's a place similar to this called the Arena, which is just a panel room, but they call it the Arena because people compete, I guess, where cosplay competitions happen, and there's a lot of cosplay at conventions like this. And the first year we went to the cosplay competition, it was a lot of very in-depth, thought-out cosplays. Like a lot of thought put in them, and then one guy just walked up with just a Bowser backpack, like that backpack that's just like a spiky turtle shell, and we cheered the loudest because we wanted him to win. I don't think he did. And then we went again this year, and the only thing we really noticed was obviously the guy with the horn. I love that horn guy, but also 3 Ugandan knuckles, which we've been seeing them around a lot. That and the villagers. I love group costumes, but I especially love group costumes when the group is just all doing the same thing. The theme is Melee, or just Smash in general, and it says 20 at the bottom because it is their 20th Magfest. The 20th, it's not the anniversary because they did miss a year due to sickness. So I have been going since 2014 with an asterisk of there was no one in 2021, and the 2022 one seemed a little unsafe. This says from 2016, and that's when it had a Metroid theme. Not much to say about this other than I didn't follow the black theme, but the green I think goes more along with it. I think all of these this might be a full weekend pass. This says 1 day trainee, this is a 4-day pass. Because every time after this, when I only went 1 day, I started going the entire time. Even though I went the whole time in 2014 too. I don't know if I said it before, but I've been coming here since 2014, since I was 13. So the whole point of this is just me telling stories and documenting important things if they happen. Who knows, maybe a crime scene will happen. I hope that doesn't, but you know how it is. I don't do well when I don't write scripts for these, but I'm speaking from the heart right now because it's important. And I need you guys all to know how important it is to me. And you're gonna see that. Or this is gonna be really dumb. But either way, I think it'll be funny. I think it was 2020. I decided I'll just get the same game again, and it's signed by, Runaway Guys, Kid Icarus, I think Ellen McLean. It's a thing later. So the tradition has kept going of getting multiple Shaq Fu copies, and I've been looking around here, and I haven't found one yet, but I need to find one. Someday down the line, I will be the sole owner of the most amount of Shaq Fu copies, and then I'll die happy. It's like the house will burn down with all the Shaq Fu inside, under mysterious circumstances. Oh, it's me, Magfestopheles again. I failed to mention I do this a lot in this one because sorry, that's not me. I'm Magfestopheles, that's Andrew. You could tell by looking at it that Andrew is incredibly nervous. He may have this aura of like, oh, I'm a good presenter. I'm a YouTuber. People should look at me, I'm important. But he's actually pissing his pants right now because it may not look good because he's doing a little face for the camera, but everyone's watching him, or at least he feels as though they are. and he wants to die. Forgot to mention that one year Andrew got a bunch of posters, and because he's just carrying around the same backpack every year, that is a child's backpack, he had to fold the posters in like cubic form. And at the time, he's like, yeah, that's what you do with posters. But modern day Andrew, if he could talk to him, let's just pretend I'm modern day Andrew for a second, would be like, hey, don't fold those posters. You're going to ruin them, and then we can't use them. He found a Nintendo Power poster in one of his magazines at school that was for an art project, and he took it, and it was a rare Nintendo Power magazine, and he folded it into squares because he's an idiot. Now we hunt for a copy of Shaq Fu and try not to get trampled. As a kid, I'm like, oh yeah, these are all adults, of course. But as an adult, I'm just like a little guy. I'm here for the next couple days. It's gotta be somewhere, even if it's on the floor. I'll jump in the fountain if I have to. It's little things, you know, you pick up. I mentioned the chairs and the carpet, neither of which are like important. Same thing with like the fountain. Because occasionally there's orchestras here, there's photo shoots, but just the fountain itself. And sometimes there's lights outside because it normally goes around Christmas. I think this and the last Magfest were the only ones that didn't have snow around it. And I think that kind of adds to the experience. And in the common theme of seeing YouTubers you view it as like gods or important in like a normal sense. Like the first time I was here, I saw Continue all eating at a table. I'm like, oh my God, that's them. Should I go say something? Obviously, I thought the better of it and didn't, because you don't interrupt people while they're eating. It's just kind of a thing you don't do. Talking about history, or Christery rather, staking your claim in important moments. I have a digital footprint beyond this channel. I don't want to get into it that much because, you know, a lot of it's cringe. But if you go to the Continue Magfest panel 2017, if you look up that video right now and go to 4147, you'll see a little boy. I shouldn't say it like that.
I'm gonna pick you with the yellowish hat with the cute things and you right there. Here's his question. Ready? Sorry. If Paul was a drink, how would you fuck him?
Please use a graceful metaphor.
Get in close to the mic. Get in close to the mic.
Frozen.
That's
a great answer.
Let it go.
Shit.
I like it. That's prize-worthy. We have a copy of Equestrian Showcase, which is actually the next game we're playing on Continue. Signed by Thank you.
I was put on the spot, and they asked me how I would fuck Paul if he was a drink, so I said frozen. I thought I couldn't think of a funnier answer. I probably should have said curdled. They said let it go, but they were being nice about it. They didn't really have to. It was a very bad answer. But I did win this signed copy of Equestrian Showcase, if it can focus on that. And I brought it for this precise reason. Satchbag was there too. Yeah, this is cool. I wasn't as big of a fan of Continue and like the newer normal boots ites, but I'm still keeping the thing because it's an important memento. There's a lot of garbage I have in my room, or people would view as like trash or garbage that has sentimental value. Not that I would ever throw out a game, but you know, game collections aren't about getting the rarest game or the coolest game. It's about getting a group of games that mean a lot to you. You could own a game that no one else cares about but has sentimental value. I have 2 copies of Shaq Fu, and I've been spending the last couple days looking for a third. Shaq Fu, it's gonna be here somewhere. Do you know if anyone bought Shaq Fu today? I'm sorry. Alright, no worries. I'm on a hunt for it. Around here is when I met Chugga Conroy, or at least no, not where I met him. It's where I talked to him one time and gave him like a channel business card, and the URL like sucked. It was way too long. It was very cringy. We talked about Sword and Shield, the way that shinies don't appear in the overworld, and he's the only person I ever met who defended that decision like it was a good thing. And he said it was because, oh, well, you know, wild encounters, you don't want to see one in the overworld and then run into a battle and then lose that shiny. My response is there's a very slim chance that will happen, but even if it does, it would yield a really funny clip, and I think it would be worth it, honestly. I'm gonna show up the picture of the alcohol checkpoint. There's a lot of different party places. This is the first year I'm here when I'm past 21. I didn't know there was like a rave rumpus room upstairs and like party stuff going on. Apparently this convention is like the sex capital of all of them, which as a 13-year-old I did not know that. People drink around here, people drink in the parties, and I may engage with it. It's weird being here as an adult. It's like a completely different experience. It's nostalgic, but also like has alcohol. It's like eggnog on Christmas, because not as many friends come next time, and if it's just gonna be me, I don't know what's gonna happen to the channel in the coming year, but if I am able to do something actually big here, I gotta get a hotel. because the nightlife here, which I only found out about this year, is actually much crazier than I thought. So Saturday night we went to a concert. We went there to go see the Transformers band. I forget what they're called, but they'll be here. Where they were gonna play Transformers music for like the Transformers movie. The only reason I know the songs is because of that one Chris Chan video where he sang Dare. I gotta stop talking about her. I don't know if they'll be able to hear me, but I've only been to a couple concerts in the Magfest concert hall. It is music and gaming. One of them, the bass was so loud and I had earplugs in, but it legit felt like my heart was gonna fall out or I was gonna have a heart attack. The other band was obviously the Ninja Sex Party one, and we managed to actually get in the front. Like I said, I cared about the Game Grumps a lot at the time. Hold on.
Barbie Horse Adventures on the PlayStation 2.
It's a horse noise. And both of them, the band and the Let's Play channel, are very big with tween-age girls. And at the concert is where they announced that a bunch of tween girls found their hotel room and were trying to like meet them and feel their hair. And somebody asked me previously what I think the most toxic type of fan is. I believe tween-age girls is about that stan culture of like, oh my god, he's so cute, that kind of thing. The only other thing from it is that they were playing with Tupperware Remix Party, and you'll probably see the video if I can find it. Entitled Goose Game. He tried to spin the keytar around his neck and the strap snapped and then the keyboard hit the ground and shattered and exploded on impact. But while going in there, we managed to catch the Nerdy People of Color Collective, and we went there for Transformers, but we got there early and stayed for that because that was the biggest impact. Some guy came out and was singing the song. I don't know if it's called Tractor Beam, but we were so into it. It was an emotional experience. I was like, this is great. We have to find this song. And we all loved it, and we still sing it. It's stuck in our heads right now, and it was the day previous.
If I had a tractor beam, I would use it to bring you right back to me. And I fix everything unsatisfactory.
My one friend looked it up, and he's like, oh, it's this guy named Megaran. And it's someone I know. Not like personally, but I've been a fan of for a long time. I don't know how I didn't recognize him. Earlier last year, my roommate showed me this video like, oh, I love this video. It's this guy tripping out on salvia and then seeing a cat. I'm like, oh, this is so funny. And then our one friend came over prior to Magfest and was like, oh, let's show him the video. And I never really caught this in the video, but in the beginning of the video, he's like, hey, what's up? I'm Eric. And then it clicked, his voice, his name, his face. I'm like, oh, that's fucking internet comment etiquette. That's where his name comes from, Big Money Salvia. How did I not know it was him? I've been a fan of him for a long time, and I love his stuff. Same thing happened with Megaran. I'm like, that song was fantastic. And then we looked it up. I'm like, holy shit, I know who this is. I listened to his stuff. How did I not know this? The Transformers band took a while to set up, so the cameraman was just around, and everyone was cheering for random people to get zoomed in on. There's a bunch of Ugandan Knuckles here this year, which I think has now looped around to funny, unfunny, and then looped around to being funny again, ironically. We're throwing balloons and balls in the air in between the concerts, and individual concerts were fun. They played, Transformers band played a lot of cool covers. Then after that, we went up to the VIP Posse Rumpus room, and it was way more bumping last night than it was the night prior. I've never said that word before in my life, and I don't think I ever will again. It was a lot of fun. You meet a lot of strangers. I get a lot more confident the later it is. I don't drink, but I do become more confident and belligerent, I guess, when I'm around drunk people, because I like to parrot people's energies. I keep getting off track. So I went to this Ninja Sex Party panel by myself, and me and my mom had split up. I don't know what she was doing here. I can't imagine she had too much fun. And she was asking around, because I just told her like what panel I was in, what panel room. So she asked this one guy, or just someone trying to be helpful, is like, hey, where is my underage son? And he said, oh, he's in the Ninja Sex Party room. Of course, she didn't know that was a band, so she was mortified. I already talked about the second Shaq Fu copy that got signed by Ellen McLean, the Runaway Guys, and then also Kid Icarus. The reason I bring this up again is because I failed to mention that when I got to meet Kid Icarus, here's a picture of us, I actually have the picture, he's eating my hair. To get him to sign this, when I gave it to him, he was with his, I think, partner, I believe, and he said, oh yeah, I just taught her about Shaq. She didn't know he was real. So the Kid Icarus household, for a period of time, believed that Shaq was some kind of cryptid or mythical creature. And they're not wrong. I mean, if the only knowledge you have about Shaq is playing this game, that's not far off. Unfortunately, of course, Magfestopheles and Magfestini know all, and recording this after, Andrew, Almost slipped me up. Couldn't find a third copy of Shaq Fu. So next year, if there is something bigger, he should definitely buy a copy ahead of time and do something with it. Maybe give it out as a prize, a better prize than Obi-Wan. The console room is where you can play a bunch of games that you normally wouldn't play. And when you get here when you're very young and you're kind of like sprouting as a collector, as a gamer, retro style, it is like, it opens up all the new possibilities. You could play games like Wii Sports or Wii Tennis. That's part of Wii Sports, but they're all basically like that. One of the first years I went, there was a Melee setup, you know, Smash Bros. Melee. And I was like, okay, I've played Smash Bros. Before. I have played Melee before, but not like in a good way. So I sat down, I was just playing it by myself, practicing, grinding out or whatever. And then some adult guy comes up to me and he's like, oh, what's this game? And I was like, oh, this is Smash Bros. He's like, oh, okay, can I play? Like, he was feigning like he hadn't played it. Then he was just going around the character select screen like, oh, I guess I'll pick this guy. And he picked Captain Falcon. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I got to teach this guy how to play Smash. And then he was wave dashing and he 3-stocked me. No money was on the line, but I definitely got hustled. And I'm gonna remember that for the rest of my life. It taught me not to trust. One year, I believe it was either in the arcade or in here, they had like a Pokemon Snap setup. And I don't think I actually played the game. Oh no, you could unlock the certain Pokemon you take pictures of. It was the actual game, but it was that Blockbuster kiosk where it would come out on like the physical cards and you might be seeing them now. Ooh, there they are. And I have Pokemon Snap pictures saved on those. I don't know how to get them off, but I know that I got them here. And for an N64 primarily collector, it was really cool. 2020, I think, it's weird that it always happens early January, so it feels like the year prior, but it was 2020. The last time we were here prior to this, first year at Magfest with like a YouTube channel, I'm like, I need to do something. Obviously, I did the Trey interview thing, and that was so nerve-wracking. And years have passed, so I'm like, oh, I'm past it. I can interview people. I can talk in public. It's going to be easy. It helps when it's loud because nobody can hear me. But boy, am I getting nervous when I'm not because I really overstepped my confidence. I thought this was going to be easy. I don't mind millions of people watching something after it's done, but people watching me in public, you'd think you'd get used to it by now. So the Danny DeVito Shrine, it is now like an actual run thing here. There's an official sign. I think it started in 2019 or 2020 where people just started leaving Danny DeVito related shit around, or it was just a picture of him and then people kept donating stuff, and for a while it was just trash and it was just a meme. But now, like I said, I haven't been here in 2 years, so a lot has changed allegedly. I mean, it didn't happen 2 years ago, and then last year there was some iffy stuff. But this is official, and I'm gonna try and, you'll see like shots of it now. I'm gonna try and, I miss my wife, but if you did put something in here, it's gonna appear in the video, so happy about that. I don't think I'm really describing how important this is, because I mean, it is very silly and stupid, but it's culture, it's community, and that's all I care about, the community. These are my people. Groomed is not the right word.
I want to say that the best thing at this convention is just generally how communicative and, you know, how chill and open the people are at this convention, because like everyone just wants to have a good time. No one's, you know, trying to rush people or trying to stress people out. It's kind of like, you know, everyone wants a good time. Let's all, you know, if someone needs help or that sort of thing. Because I've met a lot of good friends just by being at MagFest, and I've been friends with them for years now, and even new people. You know, best group of people I've ever met.
I love the whole aura of this, and just going to the musical shows was just fantastic. It's anybody, like, I just love that there's live music pretty much everywhere you go. This morning I almost cried coming down one of the escalators while there was a symphony playing Pokemon music, you know, like it's just so...
It's all, I've been going here a long time, and it just has a very specific like aesthetic and aura. It's probably just, you know, because of the hotel and the carpeting and the marble or whatever, but it feels nice.
I've always loved MagFest. I've loved the energy. I've loved the people.
Yeah.
It's very furry friendly compared to like
I've seen a lot of furries around here.
Yeah, it's very welcoming to the furries. So I love fur sitting here. I love the interactions and stuff. Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's fun to just be able to come here and find people that are like you, and you can connect with them in a similar way. Whether it be like music or video games or whatever you guys like. It's just a nice space.
Yeah, oh totally.
I've noticed that here at MAG, a lot of people tend to just give away things. So like not too long ago, there was like a party of like people with shrimp inflatables just going through like the gazebo area, and they were handing out like shrimp stickers and like little shrimp keychains. I think I still have it. They were handing out things, and then on Thursday, somebody came up and asked me to pick a Pokemon card, and they ended up pulling out a Bulbasaur card. And I was like, okay, yeah, cool, this is nice. And then somebody else gave me like a little It was a Lego Disney figurine thing. It was of Scrooge McDuck.
Okay.
So yeah, I've noticed that MAG people like to really give out gifts.
Yeah, there's multiple shrines and different vendors of just trading random knickknacks or whatever you have.
So far, I feel like the culture's awesome. I mean, I've been cosplaying most of the day. I'm not right now, but I was cosplaying most of the days I've been here, and you know, just the reactions everybody gets. I get to. And then the crazy screams that start happening, I've heard about this.
Right. Aside from all the events, all the panels, all the planned stuff, what MagFest really is about is the community. And we talked earlier about running bits between friends, but what about running bits between convention goers? What about a long-running joke that's been happening since the opening of MagFest? What is the Colossus Roar? Well, I'm going to explain it like this. If you hear a loud roar coming from the convention, if you ever walking through the convention floor of MagFest, you will hear the sea of other people roaring as it builds and builds, get closer to you, and then you roar. It's a collaborative effort. If you've only been a couple times, you may have heard it and wondered, what is that? Speaking of which, I wonder what the people have to say about this. I wonder if any of them have any hidden lore knowledge. I mean, I am Magfestophiles, but this introduction's going on too long. Why did I make a new character for this? I'm gonna have to bring this character back at some point. But for what? Just MagFest?
I mean, all I know is that if I start hearing other people do it, I'm gonna at least throw one in just because.
I tried one, but like that was on the roof where no one could hear me, so.
Oh yeah, just it's getting all your emotions out. It's an internal thing.
Is that the one where people go, oh?
Yeah. All right.
I've heard about it, and then I heard it.
Okay, what do you know about it?
It's just a roar, and I like to join in.
Wait, have you ever started one?
I've never started one.
Would you like to start one?
I could start one.
You've never started one before?
Never.
I don't have the confidence either.
Is that what that is? The whole
Yeah, so you've heard it,
Yes,
but you don't
and
know.
I've actually participated in it.
Okay, have you ever caused one?
No, I haven't, actually.
Do you have any interest in causing?
I would love to.
Apparently, one year, one of the concert halls was next to the arcade room, and they had the X-Men arcade game, like, pressed against the wall. And of course, when Colossus powers up, he does that kind of noise. So people could hear it through the concert hall because it was so loud. And, you know, people just started doing that, and it just sort of became a tradition. People just scream, and they scream in return.
Perfect. Good. And it was
There you
sped up.
go.
We're gonna use like reverb and slow it down, make it sound real scary. All right. What do you think, Magfestini? Kill me. What a bummer. We would compete in games and have this plastic toy World Heavyweight Championship title with a little logo painted on it. And I was like, oh, this is cool. We passed it around, compete the game. And then for that season finale, we came here to play Sonic the Fighters on the arcade game. And we just brought in strangers like, hey, compete for the title. It'll be a fun little thing. And some dude came and beat all of us and won the title. And we gave him that shitty plastic title. I remember his name was Mouse. I have not heard from him since. I didn't get any contact information. But Mouse, if you still have that title, I doubt it. You probably threw it out. But if not, you know where to find me. I have not heard from him since. I remember his name was Mouse. But Mouse, if you still have that title. So I mentioned previously of being in the arcade and playing Sonic the Fighters and having that old title. There'll be footage here. I don't think you can even watch it anymore, but the footage is here. And I distinctly said, we're probably never going to find that person again. Maybe he's here. They probably definitely threw the title out. So we were in line for Throne controllers, and you were in line right behind us.
Yes.
I'm incredibly surprised you, one, recognized me. Was it because of the hat?
Yes.
The hat gives it away. That's why I've been wearing it the whole time. You are not only here, but you brought this. Have you been bringing this every year?
Yeah.
That's insane. Well, now I have to decide what we're going to do. I think you should keep it because it's important to the story.
Okay.
You're free to defend it if you want.
Okay. I think if I would like to hang on to it.
Yeah.
If there is some kind of activity you want to do anyway, just for fun, we could do that.
Ooh, like another competition. Maybe. We did get a different title. That's what
There was a Puyo versus machine in the arcade that was pretty fun that I tried earlier.
The reason I thought you were going to talk, like, it's important thematically, but really it is just a plastic title with like paint on it.
Yeah, but it has a story.
Yeah, well, I'm saying it's important to us.
Yeah.
That's why I was surprised that you kept it, and I'm glad you did.
It's one of those nice little Magfest memories.
Right. I filmed very little already, but one of the bits I did was like, oh yeah, we competed for this title. It's probably gone, whatever. So you were here like mostly every year, but you also didn't come last year like we didn't either.
Yeah,
Same thing with Throne Controllers, and that's where we saw each other.
That's like the one place I always go. Like Throne Controllers.
Oh yeah, we go there all the time.
Is like that half the reason I come to Magfest is just like I'm never gonna miss a Throne Controllers.
If the video,
there.
not sponsored or anything, but if the video is just like, oh, this is what Magfest means to me, convince people. If you ever see someone walking around with this, I'm gonna curse you for the rest of your life. You have to wear this like an actual belt. If you ever see this guy with this title, you are legally allowed to fight him in any way you want. All right, street fight, not the video game, just a real life knife fight. You know how it is, and this is all verbal contract, right?
I guess so.
All right, we're gonna edit in him saying yes. We'll dub it over, and that's insane. Speaking of taking things from panels, one year there was a panel called The Worst Video Games Ever, and that was a lot of fun, where people would play games on the Soldier Boy console and then win prize Dreamcast games. And the joke was, every time you would win a Dreamcast game, it was just another copy of Space Channel 5. So they had this giant box of hundreds of copies of Space Channel 5. I didn't go up and win anything, but what I did do was like, oh, these guys are cool. I'll go up to them and talk to them. So I walked up to them, and they had this giant box of Space Channel 5. Everyone was already leaving the panel, and I'm like, hey, are you guys gonna like throw those out, or what are you gonna do with them? And they're like, oh, we don't know. I was like, well, can I have like a copy? And they're like, oh, sure. And then my friends were behind me, like, oh, we can get copies too. And then I turned around, and the entire panel room was now all behind us, and they also wanted to get copies of Space Channel 5. So I almost started a riot, if you would call people calmly walking up to get a copy of Space Channel 5 in a little sleeve disc a riot. I wouldn't. I started it though. So if you ever watched that panel, just know I was there. There's a lot of panels. I can just list off the panels I've ever been to and be like, oh, I was there. I'm in the crowd. Look at me, Gary. There I am. There I am. I love Magfest. I talked about Voice of Palooza a lot and voice actors. I met Ellen McLean, the voice of GLaDOS, from my favorite series, Portal. My favorite game, Portal 2. Not that that's important to anything. I think Portal's about to happen. I'll talk about Voice of Palooza later. Hey guys, it's me, the great Magfestopheles. He said he was going to talk about Voice of Palooza later, and he didn't. So instead, I have a list here of my favorite Voice of Palooza moments. Andrew's... It was one of the first years without the parents, and Andrew and his big group of friends were driving down. And of course, every week at Magfest has like a collection of jokes that they all quote over and over. If you're wondering what 2023's were, it was the Peter Griffin saying, holy fuck. We were driving, they were driving. I'm tired of this bit. And every time they saw someone walking on the street, they would call them walk cells. Just dumb. Colossus roar. But while they were in the audience for one of the concerts, they started doing it. But the collection of friends Andrew has were instead doing the I can't replicate it very well, but that's one of the many hilarious bits they did that week. Sorry, side tangent. So that one year, Andrew was explaining Neo Yokio to his friends. I'm like, oh yeah, there's this funny bit where he talks about a big Toblerone. It's a very terrible show. Jaden Smith made it. And then when they went to Voice of Palooza later, one of the first lines they read was, you don't deserve this big Toblerone, in which all of Andrew's friends looked at him like, oh my god, did you write that? He didn't. Oh yeah, I didn't explain. The way Voice of Palooza works is it's a bunch of voice actors, and they do a bunch of funny bits, but also as soon as you get there, each seat has an index card on it, and you can write a quote that you want them to read in which character's voice. One year I went by myself. I was at the event with a bunch of friends, just no one wanted to go to the panel. GLaDOS, Ellen McLean, GLaDOS from the game Portal, and Portal 2, my favorite game. Sorry, Andrew's favorite game. He should talk about it at some point. You guys should make him do that. She read the Joker monologue on the Murray Franklin show as GLaDOS. It was funny. Somebody who wasn't the voice of McCree read It's High Noon and Also I Like Men. The voice of McCree was there, and I think that card was supposed to go to him, but due to a mix-up, it didn't, which I think is funnier. Also, I will continue calling him McCree, not in support of the real McCree, but just because it's easier. And I don't care much about Overwatch lore anymore. This year at Magfest 2023, there was a very late panel that I didn't end up going to. A YTP, a YouTube poop panel. Because if it's anything that brings Andrew and his group of friends from high school together, it's YouTube poop. They quote all their favorite ones. They do bits all the time. And at 2023, they watched like an hour's worth of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air ones, specifically the Fresh Prince of Blair, which is a fantastic one.
I've been to way more panels than I thought I would be.
Right.
Like some of them are like really topical, like cosplay stuff. There was like a like cosplay materials panel that was really cool, but also like talking about like the implications of history in like the Cars universe.
Yeah,
like some really weird, cool stuff.
I did not know that was a panel, but
some
that sounds
hunted Pokedex entries.
Yeah. But the one they were obsessed with years prior and are still obsessed with is, I believe, the iCarly one. Spencer launches a bagel into Griffin's rectum. I think it's that iCarly one, or maybe it's Double Detention. Whatever. There's a bunch of iCarly YouTube poops. If you look them up, like, they all use the same 3 episodes, so it's kind of confusing. There's a bit in the iCarly episode where it's like, anyone could roast beef, but nobody could pea soup, but the YouTube poop edits it, so he says, anybody can suck penis, but nobody can pea suckness. And somebody wrote that on a card and gave it to a voice actor. They said it as, anybody can suck penis, but nobody can pea suckiness. But still, we were all shocked that someone else in the convention center had also seen that video. I mean, it is a classic, but you know, when it's one of those YouTube poop videos that you and your friends quote all the time, you think it's just you. One year, I don't remember which year, completely separate from the convention, somebody had booked their wedding there. So like there was a limo outside, people like in suits and dresses looking around in horror at all the convention goers. There were pictures of the wedding with like furries there. And you know, that's not saying like, oh, furries and cosplayers, they're so cringe. But just the idea of booking your important wedding that needs to be serious on the same week as a convention in the same hotel is really funny to me. It's unfortunate, but most funny things are unfortunate. I mentioned this before, that the stuff I'm hardest on isn't because I'm actually insulting that thing. It's just because I know that 14, 15-year-old Andrew would quote Game Grumps in like school, and it's all he would watch. So when I'm like, oh, they're those fucking guys, I'm more making fun of that kid. Whereas, like, you know, if modern day me was making fun of a separate 14-year-old, it would, I'm Leafy. I don't know where I was going with this. I don't hate the Game Grumps. I just, you know, a cringy period of time in my life, but I'll come around to it just like I came around every other period of my life, and I'll look back fondly at some point, you know? Danny should give me back my Bolt game. The LAN room is a room that I have been in, just don't spend a lot of time in. There was one specific year, the people I went just wanted to stay in the LAN room the whole time. To each their own, and I like to hang out with my friends, so I'm like, okay, I'll stay here. I don't play any PC games, but I did have Portal 2 on Steam, so I decided I'll just speedrun Portal again. And I'm very bad in social situations, or I'm specifically bad at telling people no. So some guy came up to me and was like, hey, you have Portal 2 that's got multiplayer. Can we play it? And I'm like, yeah, just, you know, let me finish this real quick. And the finish is me beating the game, which I took like another hour. I should have told him to go away. I did eventually, or he just got bored, which is what I was hoping for. I just hope that people leave me alone to a certain degree at some point. If you could tell, I really love Portal 2. Maybe I should make a video about it someday, who knows? Probably not, though. The thing about the tabletop room is I don't think I've ever actually been in here. The only thing I have related to it is that one time I was here with one of my friends who spent the whole time in the tabletop room and then bought a very expensive board game for all of us to play in the hotel room. But we were eating McDonald's and we accidentally spilled barbecue sauce all over the board game. And that's the tabletop room at Magfest. I've been coming here since 2014. I keep saying that. Every year is a different theme. I hope I show you all the lanyards and all the badges I have, because I hope I have them, if I find them. I don't know which one's from 2017 and which one's from 2018, but this one is just, this was Star Fox theme. It might be 2018, I don't know. But the one I care more about is the Castlevania themed one, which again was 17 or 18. And the only thing, actually, no, either way I would have been it. Just, they brand you as like, okay, you have a kid pass, you have an adult pass, but I think this one's really funny that this is all it says on the front. Just says minor. Walking around a convention by myself branded with minor across my chest. That's nice. And then after that, it was just me and my friends, you know, teenagers trying to figure our way through the world. One year we had 4 to 5 people, and we were supposed to have 2 beds in our hotel room, which is already not a lot, but they moved us to a room with 1 bed. So the 4 to 5 of us shared that 1 bed, and one of them lied at the foot of the bed like a dog. That really has nothing to do with the convention. I think it's just important to note, because I'll never forget it. I shared a bed with a very tall guy who had recently gotten a memory foam pillow, but left it in a freezing car, so it's just a solid brick of ice. I love MagFest, but I don't think I've ever been comfortable the nights sleeping around here. I gotta get the hotel next time. The year after that, our one friend demanded we get sushi. He was just craving it so much, so we drove like an hour out of the way to find a shitty sushi place. And then the day after, which was me and my one friend's birthday, not the sushi friend, but a separate friend, but we all ate sushi. He got so sick from the sushi, he couldn't even get out of bed. The reason I come here every year is because it normally falls on my birthday, so this is my little birthday treat. It's what I associate with my birthday. So this year it wasn't actually on my birthday, so my actual birthday, I was like, I don't need to celebrate. MagFest is for me. It's MagFest's 20th birthday. I don't know how anniversaries work. It's their 20th event, but not their 20th in a row. It's not an anniversary. But it started in 2002, and like Adult Swim, like Xbox, like Shrek, things that started in 2001 or 2002, around that area, I have a kinship with, because I'm about that age. Something just fell over. Magfestophiles here. I'm kind of the MagFest expert. It's in my name. I was born the same day, and I ceased to exist the year 2021, even though I was supposed to be on VR chat, but let's not get into it. And that birthday is when I took the notorious furry picture, where I look very unhappy for some reason, even though I asked them to take the picture. Sorry about my voice, by the way. I hope it's still legible. I don't think that applies to noises, but yeah, I've been screaming the whole time. But let's talk about specifically this year. I've been talking about memories and the past. But this year was a lot of fun. I like all the panels I went to. Throne Controllers and Voice of Palooza are always a lot of fun. There was a VTuber panel my one friend made us go to. That was interesting. It's not always just the scheduled stuff. My most fond memories of MagFest are just kind of community-related stuff. I mentioned in the Pokemon video, and maybe I'll show the middle area background, because that's where I'm supposed to talk about it, but I'll just talk about it here now. The most fun I had the last time I came, 2020, was just playing Pokemon Sword and Shield with that group of people and trying to get those raids. And I still think about it. It's me, the great Magfestophiles again. Did I mention the I Write Sins Not Tragedies mosh pit? If I did, then this is pointless. If I didn't, then you will see the footage now. Great. Likewise, the most fun I had this year was my first fan ever approaching me. I know, like, I always have this, like, aura of, like, oh, whatever, cringe. I don't need to be genuine or emotional or whatever. But having been here since I was a kid and looking up at, like, these, you know, meeting these people, Normal Boots, Continue, Runaway Guys, Breno Floss, Ellen McLean, all the voice actors, the Game Grumps, AVGN, Kid Icarus, them being like YouTube gods, the fact that I remember being a fan and being in the audience, and then it was just one guy, but still coming up to be me and being like, hey, I subscribed, I'm a fan. It means a lot. It sounds like I'm crying. It's just because of the voice, I promise. I'm sorry. And this was the first year I came to MagFest where I was 21. I still don't drink at all, but you get more exposed to the adult nightlife style. I say this a lot in videos because I am a little bit of a shill when it comes to certain stuff, that I don't want this to be like, hey, this is your pamphlet, this is your commercial, come to MagFest. I think you should. I think it's a great time. I'm just saying it means a lot to me. And this can't all be squeaky clean, all right? I was always looking at the positive, like, oh, let's ask people what the best thing that ever happened here was. But upon interviewing people, it wasn't all great.
So we were full sitting on, what was it, like the second day? Yeah, the second day.
Yesterday.
And some dude came up to us, and he was like, this is really weird, but have you seen any cross-dressing Koreans here? And we were like, what? We were
That is weird. He's right.
I really didn't know what to say.
I think that's the appropriate response. Did he walk away?
Yeah, he said, oh man, and he just walked away.
What?
I was like, okay.
And he approached specifically you, or he was like...
Specifically
That is... Yeah, no, that's definitely a strange story.
Apparently somebody shat in an elevator recently.
Recently as in, like, this weekend?
Yeah.
I wish I heard about this. I didn't...
I wish I had never heard about that.
That's a good point, yeah.
I mean, I've heard stories about people puking from the balcony. Somebody, like, took a shit in the fountain.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff that goes on here.
You know, a lot of weird people come here sometimes, but that's just a convention norm. It shouldn't happen, but it does. An elephant in the room. The first night when we weren't here, MagFest put up a sign that said Kotaku's journalistic integrity, 404 not found, and people are very torn on this. The reason that is because last year there was a huge COVID outbreak here, and Kotaku reported on it and saying it was like they didn't plan this properly, this was irresponsible, it is their fault. And people are like, oh, Kotaku's right, oh, Magfest is right. I am of the belief that both things can be true. There was a huge outbreak last year because the reason we didn't go last year is because we looked in the subreddit and there were a bunch of unvaccinated people planning to buy tickets from vaccinated people because you have to be vaccinated to get a badge, and they were going to go outside and sell them to unvaccinated people so they could come in and, you know, spread it even more, ruin everyone's fun. There was a huge outbreak last year, that's true, but also Kotaku is not good. Both of those things can be true. The only reason it's a story is because people complained and then Magfest caved and took the sign down. I don't think it's a particularly funny or bold sign, like it's just whatever. But the fact that they took it down, I don't know how I feel about it. I just thought I should mention it if I'm here to tell the story. It's the final day, the hours are ticking down. I did get the official shirt, so I do really look like a shill right now, or at least an employee. I hope to do something really cool next year. I hope to get a hotel. I hope watching this video convinced you not to come here. You don't have to come, all right? But just understand why it's important to me, because this is something I've been doing for, 14 to 22? Is that most of my life? I'm not sure how math works, but I just thought I should share it with you. I'm not here to convince anyone of anything, even though I just said that's what I was doing. Sorry, I'm no script. My voice is killing me. I'm gonna go home and sleep for days because I just got back from winter break and then immediately went into this. I want to sleep in my own bed. And because of that, this is going to be the January video. I hope it's satisfactory. I hope it's long enough to reach my normal quota. Even I don't have a quota, just, you know, the norm. It's possible one of those was 2019 because this is 2018. It says it across the bottom. This is when it was Kirby themed. Doesn't have my name on it, but whatever. They don't need to know who I am. Magfest is a lot of fun. It means a lot to me. The 20th, I'll be here for the 21st, assuming I'm not dead or I don't do something terrible. Or the hotel bans everyone. I really hope showing off these QR codes doesn't like give anything away. There's he, him. That's what I thought at the time. Magfest 2020 with the little Donkey Kong logo. Didn't put my name on it, but at least I have all my little codes. Maybe I shouldn't be showing these. I don't care. Whatever. It's all about community, and I wouldn't say I'm, you know, associate with everyone here, because, you know, stuff gets strange sometimes. People get a little bold. But I would say that I would call myself a Magfester. I don't think anyone's ever said that, but I'm coining it right now. Also, I promise I'll get a new hat to match with the logo. 2021 didn't happen, 2022 I didn't go, but yeah, the 20th anniversary, the pass I was wearing the entire time of, you know, all the video footage you were just seeing. You probably don't need to see this, but, you know, I definitely, should I have shown the backs? I don't think it matters, actually. I'll see the consequences of my actions after this goes up. These are all the Magfest passes I have. Since 2014, there's only one I'm missing. It's the one where everyone got sick at. But I'm going to start... Saying I'm going to start collecting them doesn't really apply if I already have a big fucking pile right here. I'm going to continue to get more. We didn't manage to get here Thursday, but there were a lot of cool concerts that we missed out on. Friday, though, I had a pit in my stomach. And my heart was racing because I had to run my first tournament, my first event here. I've been coming here since I was a wee lad, and it was stressful. It didn't go as well as I hoped. And next time I'm definitely bringing a splitter so I can actually capture the game and not just point a camera at it like it's 2019 again, and I don't know how videos work. Here, potential Jedi or whatever you want to be, that's your life path, all right? Does anyone need a rundown of how the game works, just like the basics? Why not? Yeah. All right, easy stuff, but I'm going to go through it very quickly. The stick is move, obviously. Minecraft rules, if you flick the stick twice, you sprint. All right, X is jab, and just like any other fighting game, hitting X 3 times does like a jab combo. All right, A is jump. Jump in the air. You can do moves out of the air. You can slash in the air with jump and X, and then jump and Y makes you spike down. Y is the power move. If you hit Y, it's a strong move. If you hold Y with enough meter, because you have health and a force meter, it takes about 3/4. It'll do a strong move. Same thing with the spike. B is lunge. Just, it's stronger than X, but worse than Y, the special move. There's black and white buttons. Those are character specific. I'm not gonna explain all those. You're just gonna have to figure it out. The left trigger blocks strikes. It does not block grabs. X and Y is to grab. It's the only way to beat a block. The right trigger, for all the Jedi in the game, let me move out of the way. The right trigger is force for all the people except for Grievous. His right trigger is gun. He shoots people, that's his thing. Alright, yeah. If you push in the sticks, I don't think it works for Grievous, but any of the Jedi, if you push in both the sticks, it heals you. The one rule I have, aside from stage selection, is no stalling. No running around and healing the whole time. You have to fight. You can heal, but don't only run away. Push the sticks, yeah. There's gonna be points where two characters, lightsabers hit each other. You just need to bash X the fastest you can and you will win that. I think we're gonna do each of these rounds, or each of these matches is gonna be 3 rounds, except for the finals, which is gonna be 5. Unless for whatever reason in this version we can't set it, in which case they will all be 3. So best of 3, whoever wins 2. Alright, that's all that. I have the tournament. Do you guys wanna know what the grand prize is before or after? After? After, alright. So we are starting. I'll explain it, but like there are 3 stages we can use. The stages are 1, 7, and whatever the last one is, I think 14. You could choose any of those 3. It's between whoever plays. That's a decision. First match is... Alright, I'm going to be doing commentary from this if you can hear me at all. What? 1, 7, and the last one. It's up to you which one you want to choose. 1, 7, and the very last one, 14. All right, doing Anakin versus Mace Windu. Wait, which one did they pick? 7. All right, so this happened in the movie. Is Anakin? This is real. I'm gonna do commentary best I can. Just check on the camera intermittently, make sure it's still recording. Thank you. All right, round 1 of the tournament. Best of 3. Already swiping at each other. Going for lightsaber attacks. I feel like I should tell them how to play, but I think they got it. He's got him cornered. He's grabbing him with the force, stalling him, getting a bunch of attacks. Oh, he's schmoving. Jump over, good jump. Oh, a slice. The thing is, I've been playing this game the whole time, so really the only one that can do commentary, at least to me, is me, I guess. But I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. I'm just going to do my hosting duties. I don't think I need to commentate this. I think they got it. Is it still recording? All right, sick. Come on. Nice dodge. He didn't do that, but... Oh! That's 1! All right. Go. Back to the classic lightsaber fight. Neither of them are blocking, but I think it's fine. I think they're good. They'll figure it out. I don't remember who was who, but I guess we'll see by the end. That's more on me than it is anything else. I am excited. Exciting. First tournament, you know, growing pains, learning experience. We got a camera pointed at the screen. That's the best we can do, but it's what we're going to do. Trying to talk over the other person who's also... I should have got a microphone. That would have been epic. Well, I do have one, but not like a... Oh, it's getting close. We could get to round 3. Oh, whoa. Come on. He can pull it out somehow. He did not. Oh, wait, it's not over yet. And dropped it. All right. So he won? Yeah, he won. Andrew won. All right. Andrew moves on. All right. Next match. Tyler versus Chris. Oh. You're going, yeah. All right! Get some excitement for them. This is the fight of a lifetime. Oh. Sarah Keto, a character who I believe is original to this game, versus Obi-Wan, a character original to, you know, Star Wars. Nice flips out of the way. This stage has slightly more hazards and like more cautious walls, but it's not that big of an issue. Except for when that happens. That is an issue, but you can combo out of it. We had to have a good stage selection. Just wanted to pick one with the least amount of hazards, and if you play any of the other stages, you notice it's pretty bad. Using his heel. Okay, that's fine. Throwing an object not at anyone. It just turned blue in the background, but that happens from time to time. Whatever, that's show business. Fighting back. It's getting awfully close. Oh! Whoa! No! Hey! Who is that? You're Obi-Wan? All right, nice. Okay, so Tyler's Obi-Wan, Chris is Sarakato. I don't know what, oh, they're both trying to run in the same direction, trying to get that wall mount advantage. I don't know if it'll change anything, but it could. Fighting off, trying to get Chris, Sarah, I believe, against that wall. Like I said, I tried to pick the stages with the least amount of hazard. You can juggle someone on this wall, but it is very hard to do. But it seems like Tyler knows what he's doing. Going for style point. Oh! Blocking it with his own super move, getting forced out of the way. A force battle. You only have so much force meter. I don't know what I'm saying. Sarakato has less health, but seems to be coming back, mounting a rematch of some degree. Some would say I shouldn't be competing, but I don't think so. I mean, someone gets a bye, but that's how it is. I don't want to compete in the own tournament. Oh, Sarakato slicing his back, getting out of the way. Oh. Throwing his saber. Oh, he's unarmed. Take advantage. Running away. It's all evened up. Could Sarah take the advantage? Oh, no. It's awfully close. Super kill. Dear Lord. Oh, my God. Jay and Maxwell. Oh, this dude's decked out. This camera, wait till you see this guy, he's crazy. I'm losing my voice already. Jay and Maxwell. Who's player one? Player one, player two. All right, that's easy to remember. Woo! So Anakin is Jay, and I believe whoever else is Maxwell. And we're about to see that. God, I lost my voice already. Woo! I'm gonna try and not commentate this one. Let it speak for itself. Sarakato again. A popular pick by Maxwell. Is this exactly what just happened last time?
No, it was Obi-Wan.
Oh, of course, and now Obi-Wan shows Sarakato. All right. I'm not supposed to play favorites, but man, that dude is dedicated. Whoa! Super move. Done a little amount of damage to each person. So far, John and Chris have been taken out of the tournament. We're about to see a third. Oh! Taking advantage and not even throwing, but pulling him into her. Sarakato seems to be the odds-on favorite. Not for gambling, and I'm not. Oh, dizzy! Oh, tried to take advantage of the situation. It did not turn out well. Wait, oh, it's not over yet. Oh, he didn't move. Now it's over. He didn't move. We still got time. We're good. Whoa, the drill immediately. It looks cooler than it does damage. You know, not a lot of damage, but it adds up. Anakin getting down to almost half, and Sarakato not a scratch on her yet. Oh, this dude knows what he's doing. Obi-Wan Maxwell. I don't think we've had an even match yet. I think they've all been like slaughters. Oh boy. This is going somewhere. Anakin needs to scratch and claw up from the end to get his win back. Oh! All his force speed is dizzy! Oh! Didn't take advantage of the grab. I didn't explain to them that you can do moves out of grab. I guess I should have done that, but it's better than nobody knows that. Duck! Oh! So Maxwell won, right? All right. Brandon versus Logan. Yeah. Fourth match, Brandon versus Logan. Logan in the player 2 position and Brandon in the player 1. What characters are they going to pick? That's all I care about. Another Sarah Kato Anakin.
Okay, wait. Which maps are we allowed to use?
1, 7, and 14. Yeah, we're good. I'm having fun. This is great. Let me get under. All right, don't worry. I shook it a little bit by running. That's fine. It happens.
Come on, Logan. Got all the controls.
This is the last one. Another Sarah Kato versus Anakin in the training room. Logan is Anakin, Brandon is Sarah. It seems like the people know something I don't. I never even gave Sarah Kato a passing look. I assumed it was nothing. I assumed she didn't play. But now look at us. So many people winning with Sarah. And it could happen again. Ooh! Oh, a lot of blocks. Oh! All right, good block, grab, kick. Oh, grab combo. All right. Whatever Sarah was trying to do, I did not know what that was. It looked like it would have been powerful if it hit. Logan lucked out. Oh, but it looks like his luck is running out. Fighting up, scratching, clawing. Sarah Kato, I don't know what her deal is, but she's not now, but she scares me. I don't know what it is, but she does. Sorry, I sound like Alex Jones right now. I busted my voice as soon as I started. All right, the combo is starting to add up. It's starting to get a little even. This may be the most even we've seen a match so far. Oh, another grab combo. Oh, couldn't take advantage. It's still pretty even. It could be anyone's first round. It's not even the game yet. Oh, trying to swipe at each other. Not too. Oh, it's getting awfully even in here. Scarily even. Someone's got to do something. Someone's got to do that little bit of damage. Whoever gets the first. Oh! This is close. That was just the first round, or the first round of this match. The tournament moves on. The grab. Okay. Anakin mounting an attack on Sarah Kato. See, this is what happened last time. Sarah took the majority of damage in the beginning, but then she turned around. Can she turn it around again, or has Anakin learned? Oh! What the hell? I've never seen that before. Oh, trying to mount that recovery. Anakin. Sarah Kato has had flashier moves, but Anakin still. Oh, it comes to the bashing. There they go, bashing! Bash, bash, bash! Oh! Sarah bashed faster. By Sarah, I mean Brandon. Good job, Brandon. It's awfully even. This is what happened last time. Oh. All right, it's still even. May have been a little tight with the rules because people can hear. Oh, it's not over yet. Can Anakin pull this one out? No, awfully close. They just got to get this hit off. But is that it? It's not it. It's not. Oh, not yet. Oh! I believe this is the first match that we get to round 3. It is? All right. Either of these guys could win this tournament. Oh, Sarah's trying to do something. Trying to do something funky, funny, fresh. Any of the F words? Well, not any of them. You know how it is. Oh, okay. Tornado. Sure. Like he does in the movie, exactly. Block, but forced out of the way. That's the technique I would do, but I'm not competing, and I can't give any hints. It's only fair. Fighting back, scratching and crawling up from the end. It could. It really could be the game. It gets awfully close every time. Oh, I don't know how she does it, but she's doing it. I feel like it's got to be some kind of grab. And it just looks fancy because I don't know anything about this character. Anakin, I know. I've been obsessed with Anakin since I was a kid. Sarah Kato is a whole different beast. She's fighting back. Now this is the reason we hold tournaments like this. Oh man. For this precise reason. You can kind of see the crowd in the background of the face cams, but God, I wish you could see all of them. It is intense over here. It's getting awfully close. Could Anakin pull this one out? Here, up. Oh, okay. That was a little anticlimactic, but it's fine. Edward and Catherine. Edward versus Catherine. Edward in player 2 position and Catherine in player 1. Everything seems to be set up. I'm walking in front. That's my fault. Don't worry about it. You can see me, but that's all part of the plan. It's meant to be this way. We could see a very evil fight. Finally, some new characters. Darth Vader versus General Grievous. All right, yep. This is going to be an insane. Finally, something new. No shade to the other competitors because they did a great job, but God, I want to see some new characters. Has anyone picked Sin Dralig the best character? Probably not, because I lied about that part. I know, we haven't seen this yet. Oh, charging up the gun! He's got that Glock on him. That's what makes Grievous so dangerous. He's got a gun. That's why he's a menace. That's why no one can stop him. Darth Vader. This is actually pretty even too. Oh, if Grievous can take advantage, he's got a really strong looking grab. Muscle Buster! Or whatever you want to call it. Whose move is it? Which wrestler does that? I don't know. Well, a bunch of... Oh! He's got the gun on him. Darth Vader, the master of evil. I don't think he's ever been called that, but I'll start calling him now. Oh! Get that choke it. Pulling out, but we saw what Grievous was capable of in that previous match. Oh, here it comes again. My favorite part of Star Wars is when Darth Vader gets manhandled like this. Oh, charge up the gun. Don't let him finish. The last match we saw was the first 3-rounder. Could we see another one? Oh, no, we can't. Darth Vader won. Darth Vader, player 1. Brandon Spencer, yeah. I'm getting out of the way. Don't worry about me. Brandon versus Spencer. Everything's going all right? Yep. Cool. Spencer, Brandon. Maxwell. Down is here. I just hope no one else shows up. I did not commentate that at all. Sorry about that, folks. I was focused on the bracket. I believe everyone is here. I hope no one showed up late because that'd be real annoying. All right, Dooku fighting back up. I believe Spencer, or no, Spencer's player 1. So Brandon, wait, yeah, new Brandon is player 2. I think I just lost my pen. I'm not commentating this at all. But Brandon took note from the previous match of trying to use Darth Vader, and it could work out. I didn't even notice that Dooku's a new character. Not a new character in the game, but we haven't seen him in this tournament as of yet, and he could take advantage of the situation. The people running this said that I had to make sure everyone was here, but I'll just see after this, see if anyone is signed up who hasn't competed yet. Oh! No! No! Darth Vader got distracted by a bird or something, and Dooku, the student, and using the hazards of the situation, one of the very few stages with hazards, I gave them a decision and they made the decision. Oh! All right. First match in round 2. dripped out. Maxwell in the player 2 position and Andrew in the player 1 position. He truly came prepared. And it's true. Yeah, you're good. Maxwell burst his hand. Now, I don't know what. I guess Catherine and Brandon get buys and have to face. Yeah, no. I'll show the bracket on screen. I'm going to keep this thing around just in case. We got it. Everything's going. Maxwell in the player 2 position. I need to remember whose character's who because I feel like I keep messing it up. All right, Maxwell, Sarah Cato again. And Andrew is Anakin, just like the real Andrew would have done. Not to imply he's not the real one. I should call myself something else. You can guys call me Mr. Ultra or whatever the alias is. All right. Again, back on the stage. I feel like we've seen this match before, but it's a tried and true matchup. Truthfully, anyone can take this. Oh, another bash. I don't think that was a bash. I'm not quite sure how those work out. I may be the expert at this game, but I surely do not know how most of it. Oh! Almost doing the dive spin that would have taken him out, but forced her out of it. I'll be referring to the characters by their character name because I get lost very easily. That's probably why I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at it at a weird angle, but I feel like, oh, I was going to say it's even, but after that drill does so much. Anakin's got to do a lot to fight. Oh, he's got one of his own. Back and forth, these two. Sarah Cato's got that little bit extra health. But how much longer will she keep it? Anakin needs to mount his recovery. Oh, it seems pretty even. Oh, get another extra slash in. Duck under that. Gosh, this is so even. A round 1 could be it. Oh! Anakin takes round 1. Whew, this is getting stressful. It's getting heated. Oh, maybe not win the bashing attack. Sarah Cato wins it out. There truly is just about who can bash the fastest. There goes forcing her away. That's what I would do, but I'm not a coach and I'm not competing. I'm talking with authority, but it's highly possible if I competed in this tournament, I would have just lost. It's bound to happen. Oh, Sarah Cato. She's been hit, but very little. Not a scratch on her. Well, that's not true. A little bit of scratches, but not enough. It's a little dead. Nothing you can't buff out with a hammer. But she needs this win to get to round 3 of this specific match. Very confusing verbiage, but that's what happens when you play Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith, the video game for the original Xbox. And that's what we're doing. If you couldn't tell, that's what was happening. Oh, God. Anakin's health is awfully low. Trying to get that heal. They're allowed to heal, just not extensively. It's perfectly fine. Sarah gets that win. All right, another 3rd round. This is impressive. Andrew and Maxwell. Sarah, Cato, and Anakin. That's truly what the characters are. Everything else doesn't matter as much. Anakin kicking her off. Mounting the competition. I always want to say it's awfully back and forth because that's all I know. That's all I learned at commentary school, but it isn't. Anakin's got that little bit less health than Sarah Cato. Sarah Cato taking advantage of that. And Anakin on the defensive, that's not where he wants to be. But unfortunately, the nature of having less health is that is where you end up. Healing, not extensively. It's allowed, it's fine. Oh! Using his super, used up all his force, but still. Not a lot of people have healed as much. It's not against the rule, just stalling this. I said that, it's fine. Sarah Cato kicking him down. Trying to use her super, but wasted it. Anakin needs to take advantage of that failure. Or really, he did take advantage. He's the one that caused it, but it must keep going. Someone is going to win this 3rd round. You know, observation of the century, I know, but... Oh, trying to get that combo off that force, but forced her away. Same thing with Anakin. Trying to get her dizzy. Used all his force meter as a last-ditch effort. He's still got health. He can still hold on. And down. Zarakato. Maxwell, win. He won. Tyler and Logan. Now this is going to be quite the matchup. Tyler in the player 1 position. Logan in the player 2 position. Logan going with, who is Logan going with? Let me, yeah, we're good. Sorry about that. It's chill. Logan in the player 2 position, going with Anakin. 1, 7, and 14. You're Anakin, right? You're Anakin? Are you Anakin? Yeah. Yeah, okay, making sure. All right, well now I know. It's gonna be easier. I should ask people more often. Sometimes you need to admit defeat, right, to have a classic tournament. Here we are, the 2 main characters, the 2 actual players of this video game in the campaign, in the first level, the first stage of the training arena. This is just like it happened in the movie. Well, maybe, I don't know what happened there. That didn't happen in the movie. Awfully even score. Oh, if only Obi-Wan did that in the movie, things would have been way different. Seems like that time Anakin had the high ground, but it wasn't an advantage. Both trying to do grabs, both not doing their grab attacks properly. Maybe they respect each other too much, but who knows? Both trying to force each other off. This is as classic as a duel gets. Truly is a duel of the fates. Or wait, no, this is Battle of the Heroes. It truly is a battle of the heroes. And slamming it home. Throwing him off. Anakin, I would say mounting recovery, but he seems to be doing pretty well. Oh, pushing him over. Oh! I've never, in my 22 years of playing this video game, I've never seen something like that. This game came out in 2005. I think that's wrong. Tyler and Logan. Wow. A rivalry as old as time. Throwing. When Obi-Wan jumping out of the way. Constantly throwing each other. Trying to combo out of it. Obi-Wan somehow hitting him. That's the game for you. That is Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith, the video game for the Xbox for you. Anakin trying to get him in that evil corner. Oh! And Logan, as Anakin progresses. So because of the way the bracket's set up, we are now moving on to round 3, but we're going to start with Catherine versus Brandon. All right, Catherine and Brandon. Yeah. Round 3. Oh! That's perfectly allowed. 1, 7, and 14 are the stages.
1, 7, and 14?
Yeah.
Let's do 14. Maybe somebody got
2 Darth Vaders in the Death Star. The way it was intended to be. The original vision was the movie, is that George Lucas wanted 2 Darth Vaders. They had to cut one of them out. There they are, evil Darth Vader and good Darth Vader. Not only does he have a blue lightsaber, but he's slightly tinted blue. But will he make the other Darth Vader blue, so to speak, proverbially speaking? I think I really messed up the pronunciation of that word.
What am I aiming at?
I messed up the style of this bracket, but it's fine. I'm going to do it my own way. It happens. Brandon and Catherine. Catherine in the player 1 position, so she's red Darth Vader. Wait, I think. Yep. Oh, A-pose. Classic. And then Brandon in Darth Vader 2. Evil Darth Vader. Wait, no, evil Darth Vader is the alternate skin, I think. I'm way off kilter here. Whatever, I'll just refer to them as blue and red. It's confusing though, because the player 2 icon is red, but that's the blue Darth Vader. Blue Darth Vader has 1 duck over the evil one, all right? This is what happens in the movie. This is his internal dialogue. This is Darth Vader fighting with himself and the evil one. Evil always prevails. But it's all evened up. Will evil prevail in the end? I'm gonna be honest with you, I thought that won the whole thing. I am clearly not doing a good job of commentating or paying attention to this. but here we are. The official BH Ultra Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith, the video game for the... Oh, it's not over yet! Now it's over. Player 1. Maxwell and Logan. Where's Maxwell? Ken Logan, the prodigal, you know, the up-and-coming kid. Can he beat Brandon or Maxwell? Maxwell is him. He's literally him. He's as Obi-Wan as they get. All right, I gotta stop running because it shakes the screen every time, but it's fine. They won't break. We're good. Player 2, Logan going with Anakin again. And Maxwell going with 7. I like 7. Anakin and Sarah, right? All right, their mains. I don't think anyone's pulled out an alternate, but I could be wrong. I will know once I edit this, just not live. The semifinals. Whoever wins this faces Catherine in the finals. Slamming Sarah down. I truthfully do not know who can win this. Both of these are played. Well, I'm not supposed to pick sides, and maybe it could be a huge upset. But Maxwell, I think, has convincingly won all of his matches, whereas Logan got to the 3rd round, which is still impressive, but still. I'll be impressed if he can get to the 3rd round of this, and we'll see. Trying to do grab moves on each other, Anakin scratching and crawling up from the end. Sarah Cato still taking advantage, trying to hit him. He ducked under it. I don't know what causes it, but I know that it happens. Pay no attention to that, it's fine. It happens. This beat is so loud and you won't be able to hear me over, but thus is the nature of the Magfest concert room. I'm having a great time. I hope everyone else here is having a great time because using the heel. He still got that little bit. He's got to scratch a claw up from the bottom. Oh, he died. I looked away for a second. All right. That's 1 for Maxwell. Can Logan get to the 3rd round? Well, first he's got to get past the 2nd. We could see an absolute slaughter. That's in Maxwell's wheelhouse, all right, his repertoire. It's been Maxwell all the way down. Fight. Oh, managed to grab her out of her dive. That could have been disastrous. I know I keep saying this and I'm a broken record, but it is getting awfully close. Oh, forcing her away and forcing her again in the air for good measure. I have never, in my decade-long career of playing specifically this game, seen something like that. Another force. Anakin using the force to his advantage. If only he stayed on the light side, it would have been a problem. But, you know, that's Star Wars for you. He's got to pull out this 2nd round win. They got to, can they make it to the 3rd round? And Anakin, Round 3, semifinals. Managing to avoid the drill. Sarah Cato. Yeah, I'm good. Awesome. Oh, cool. All right, thank you. That guy's very nice. It's less blue, so it should look better now. It looks fine from where I'm standing, but who knows? Maybe that camera, it's a little iffy, it's fine. We're doing the best we can. All I gotta do is tell the story. If you can't see it that well, it's like a radio host for like baseball or whatever. I need to tell you what's going on. I haven't been doing a great job, but we're in the semifinals now. I need to focus. A combo from the air. Anakin needs to take advantage of the situation. This is as tight as it's gonna get. No, trying to strafe around her. I didn't explain strafing to them. I probably should have. It's fine. No, it seems like they figured it out. Anakin's got that little bit of health. No, he couldn't get that grab combo. You gotta get out of the way. You gotta take advantage. Oh no! Anakin's got that little sliver. Can he use that sliver? No! Fantastic display. Maxwell wins again. Bracket, the finals.
All right. Here comes a new challenger.
However, the way the bracket is set up, but 3rd is either Brandon or Logan. 3rd place is tied between you two, so we need to do one more match to see who's in 3rd place. We're gonna wait for 3rd place, and then the top 3 follow me over there, and you'll get credits for the marketplace. right, this is for third place. I probably should have done this before, but it's fine. Brandon versus Logan. Determine third place. Oh! Anakin Dittos! On the Death Star! Star Wars! All right, guys, come on. Ooh, this is the race for third place. I should have did this before the finals, but it's fine. Oh, getting that grab off. Player 2 is Evil Anakin, Evil Orphan Annie. Player 1, Logan, is good Anakin. So player 2 is Brandon and Evil. Just making sure we all know that. We all know what's going on. Kick. Yep. It is a back and forth. I mean, this one is still 5 rounds, but it's fine. We didn't get to switch it back. That's just how it works sometimes. This may be the longest match. This may be the most even match we've seen. This may accidentally be the one where we get to see 5 rounds. Maybe I'll put this before the very end. It happens sometimes. Brandon or Logan will come in third place. Oh, good Anakin player 1, Logan. First. All right. 5 rounds, but it's fine. It happens. It could be either of their games. Someone is getting a little bit of store credit when it comes to Magfest. I love Magfest to death, but like I said, the game I bought over there did not have a disc in it, so who knows what their money's going to. It's not my job to choose what they buy. It's up to them. That's the discretion. That's what conventions are like. That's how it be. I'm glad he got that Obi-Wan case with that Obi-Wan manual, but not the disc. That's how it is. Oh! Off the wall, bouncing forward. Oh! Evil Anakin. Juggling him. Ran out of force power. He's got that Sith power in him. He's got that little sliver of health. He's trying to keep it. He's blocking as much. Oh! The hate in his heart overpowered him. What? You can keep, it's too late. Just keep going. When I take them over, can you guys stay with the stuff? All right, thank you. My constituents. Don't worry about that, guys. We'll have it all wrapped up very soon. Within the hour, too. That's pretty impressive. Good triumph over Evil. Could Logan get a clean 3 rounds over Brandon? Oh, Evil Brandon. I don't know if he's evil. I'm just using that. That's what we're calling him. It's going to be easier that way. Fighting back with those evil powers. It could work. You know, whatever you need to do to win, I'd do the same thing. A heel's got to heal. Seen an awful lot of Anakin in this. I'm going to be honest. There is a fighting community for this game. And the custom tier list they all made said Grievous is top tier. I disagree. I play Anakin in my free time. I think it's Anakin. And that's why the fight for third place is Anakin versus Anakin. We didn't get to see a proper Ditto. We saw a Darth Vader Ditto and an Anakin Ditto. It's fun to see, both hitting each other. Could Evil Anakin, could Brandon Evil Anakin pull this match out? He's got more health, but good Anakin's got more spunk. Doesn't matter. All right. Yeah, they're both. All right, making sure everyone's okay. Oh, blocking a shield. Coming down to it. This is accidentally the longest match we've had, I think. I could be very wrong. I'm making a lot of claims right now. But that's what it is. That's how it be. Bum, 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 bum. I don't know if you can hear the beat in the background, but boy, is it loud. Oh, getting that grab off. Still awfully close. Evil Anakin pulls us out. We could see our first 5th round ever. I don't think it's ever come down to that, even when I play. I'm talking like a seasoned professional. I technically haven't played against anyone. But this is why we're here. This is why we do what we do. Or at least why I do it. That's all I care about. Ooh. Evil Anakin mounting an attack. Good Anakin's got very little health. What is he even good at? Oh, managing to block right out of, bouncing off the wall and then frame perfect in that block, knocking him over. Our first and only 5th round match. The fight for 3rd place has never been more tense.
We're 10 for 3rd place.
Someone's got to get these store credits. The tournament fighting on, ramping up. Got him in that corner. He's got to strafe out of that corner. Oh, trying to jump over him. Did so much damage to good Anakin. Maybe evil does triumph after all. Who knows? Oh, good, run away, good, smart. Oh, this is not the kind of level when you can run away in. The walls are thin, and they can hear. I'm living in the walls. Attack combo, off the wall. Gotta get that combo, keep moving, both blocking, both very smart. All right, that grab combo, that's what you want to do. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but it does get them off your back. It's awfully close. It's not over yet. Could come down to it. Oh, heart attack. Logan, you get store credits for 3rd place. Bracket, the finals. Maxwell versus Catherine. This is why I love my job. Everything's set up. Make sure the camera. Sorry about this. We're good.
5 rounds, right?
Oh, wait, real quick. Hit the X button. All right, 5. No, go. There we go. For the finals. 5. Best of 5.
Can we go anywhere or
Still 1-7-14. We're ending off on 7, the dramatic level. Because the first and last are, one's a bonus and one's training level, but 7 is where duels happen. I should have remembered the name of the level. Catherine as Darth Vader and Maxwell as Sarah Kato. Can we see all 5 rounds? That would be insanely impressive. And it could well happen. Nice duck. Darth Vader managing. Oh. Got hit a little bit at the beginning. Oh, now getting. Okay, Sarah Kato has not gotten hit at all. We have yet to see a perfect, but if anyone could do it, it could be Sarah Kato's Maxwell. I need to start doing this every year. I really hope they come back. Both of them. They're both hard competitors. I got to meet a lot of cool people through this, but it's not over. We're still in round 1 of the finals. And the winner gets a special gift. Doing that damage, it's even out. Darth Vader's gonna, oh, he's gotta block these. He's gotta get up. No! Oh, crushed his heart. It's Maxwell with 1 win. Gotta get 3 to win. Oh, immediately forcing, good plan. Trying to use that saber throw. Saber throw is a strong move, but it leaves you without your weapon and you can't even block. I wouldn't recommend it, but hey, I'm not the one competing, am I? All right, just making sure I'm still recording. Whoa, this thing's loud. That's just Magfest for you, baby. Always something going on. Oh, trying to do the drill, but doing it in the wrong position. I don't know what just happened there. Sarah Kato rising up. Oh. I feel like Darth Vader could pull this out. He just got to get a couple more good hits in. He's really got to block. Oh, that's 2. I really want to see 5 rounds. Could it happen? Could Catherine's Darth Vader pull the next 2 out? Doing saber throw again, risky maneuver, but it may pay off for her. Oh, trying to go for the drill. Darth Vader's stopping it. Oh, you gotta take advantage of this. She's got her back turned. You never turn your back to an opponent, especially in a lightsaber fight such as this. Oh, forcing each other away, keeping their distance. Darth Vader. I don't know why I just said it with a little twang, but you know, I'm from the north actually, so I don't know, whatever, who cares? I've been all over. And by that I mean like 3 states, but whatever. Darth Vader, whoa! If he can keep her in the air, he can combo that. Oh, using that aerial move, slashes from the air. He's got to turn around. Oh! Oh! Dropping from weather-related illness. Who even knows what happens? If Catherine as Darth Vader gets one more win, we will get to see round 5. This is officially the most amount of rounds we've seen in a match. Oh, doing her spin. That wasn't the drill, but it took a lot of force, but it did do a lot of damage, so maybe it pays off. They're really jammed in that corner. Oh, she got the high ground somehow. I know he hates that. Oh, doing a number. Sarah Cater does not have a scratch on her. I know I'm going to jinx it by saying this. I jinxed it, of course. That's that BH Ultra guarantee. Darth Vader could pull this one out. I believe Darth is trying to keep his distance. By that I mean Catherine. Could Catherine pull this one out? You gotta block, you gotta serve. Oh! Yeah. Winner. It's Maxwell. Well, that's it. Maxwell won. I mean, you can look at the get up. He's got it. You can take a bow if you want. Go ahead. This is what Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith: the video game for the original Xbox was made for. Thank you all for competing. The way the prizes work, the top 3 get extra like points in there, you know, or we could do custom prizes. I wanted to get a cool prize. This works out perfectly, or rather it doesn't. This is the game on the Xbox. I was in the marketplace a little bit ago, and I picked up another Xbox game called Star Wars Obi-Wan. This is already not a huge prize, but you are Obi-Wan. I was excited about this. I bought it right over there, and then when I walked over here, I'm like, oh, let's check out the game. There's no disc in it. So you get the Magfest special, which is buying a game and no disc. But also the top 3 get credits in the marketplace. However, the way the bracket is set up, Catherine is obviously second.